dude telling his life story, and you don't get to organize it ahead of time like a scriptwriter in Hollywood where every single thing is perfect so that you can get it in the 2 hours, 10 minutes or whatever, and he's just kind of going and feeling it out. How do you do that in an hour? Like, imagine talking to Red Shea for like 45 minutes.
Dude, that
takes... you wouldn't even you wouldn't get to 8 of 14.
Dude, that's his wind-up, 45 minutes? Man.
Dude, when he was in here, just like... Every time that guy talks
all
about
your
the
guests
fucking
are rats. All your guests, Johnny, I love yous, but all your fucking guests are rats.
He was like, I would never. And he goes like real slow and like stares at you like this, like the dude in the movie's like, I would never.
Right, and he's such a thin-lipped, like inbred Irishman. Like there's no, he's 100% Irish. Yeah. He's got no lips.
Oh no.
I got no lips.
No, he's like, if you could make a poster child of like, this is what a Boston gangster looks like. That's it. That's him.
1000%. And he's like 5'6".
Yeah.
He's like a little soccer coach.
Oh, but he'll beat the shit out of you.
Facts.
Oh,
I wouldn't say any of this to him in public. To his face. And when he calls, getting angry at me because he saw this, I'd be like, Johnny baby, come on. Come on, we just bust some balls. We just bust some balls, kid.
Oh my God, he's a good sport, just not about rats. If you were a rat, he's not a good sport about
Yeah, I tried to argue with him a little bit, just because I am contrarian. Like, I had to justify myself because if I limited my show to everybody who didn't rat, there'd be about 5 episodes.
That's right.
Everybody at the level of people that I interview, I mean, you ask any DEA agent, any judge, the majority are cooperating. If it wasn't that, it would be torturing. In Mexico, they don't make you cooperate. They torture you. They put screws to you, give you the bolsa, put a bag over your head, give you the waterboarding, right? We don't do that. We just say you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail. That's our version of what they do in Mexico. So,
did they ever say something like that to you? We'll get to your story later, but did you ever have that moment where they tried to be like, you're going to be in jail for 50 years, pal?
No, because they didn't get enough shit. I wasn't part of some big RICO indictment. Right. It was a fluke. It was all my fault. It was the stupidest reason in the world for getting caught. But
it's just money, right?
It was just money, but it was a lot of money. It was like my whole nest egg practically. And there were many reasons for it. We can go into them, but they were like, they saw me and they were like, oh, this is lunch. We can take a break. This kid's he's gonna start working for us, you know? Like, let's have him over for dinner. I mean, I like this guy, you know?
Yeah.
And because I was busting balls, you know, talking shit with them, right? As they were carrying hundreds of thousands of dollars out of my house.
You're like, fuck.
And they're like, oh, we got this guy. So they're like, dude, you don't owe these people anything. Like, we'll have you out. We're not even gonna take you down to the station. Like, we're going to kick you out now, and you'll bring us to your guy, and when we're ready, when we say you're done, you're done. No big deal. So they saw me, and they were like, oh, this guy's going to roll over, like, and play fetch. So, and when I didn't, that's when they got pissed. That's when they were like, we're going to knock your teeth out. We're going to fuck.
Oh, they went there.
They're going to beat the shit out of you in jail.
They turned into tough guys.
Exactly. You're going to get whatever. I'm like, cut to me. Someone in prison. I'm like, yeah, showed those guys.
Dude, you're one of a kind. I gotta tell you,
Thank you, buddy.
I had first heard you when you went on my friend Danny Jones's show like 3 years ago.
Danny, yeah.
And your story was like so unbelievable that actually most people, I was telling you this off camera, like a lot of people didn't believe it. They're like, this guy,
most don't.
There's no way.
Well.
But now here you are, you got like, you've become, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to gritty, deep, like hardcore, the baddest of the bad, true crime content. Like, you're the guy online. Like, you've been that guy now for probably 2.5, 3 years. Like, are you having fun with this?
Ah, that's such a poignant question.
Yeah.
Real poignant. Do your listeners know what that means? Timely?
You can define it.
But what if it doesn't mean that? What if I'm the asshole? I call it a timely question. Prescient. It's a prescient question. I'm a little burnt out. I'm not going to lie to you. It's, as people, just a full curtain pull right now, podcasting is a lot of work. Like, what we do is really, because it's not just clicking on the mics. It's everything from booking guests to negotiating with them about the kind of money they want to come on, because there's money paid.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah, we do that. Because our guys have, especially with people that have such remarkable stories, they don't really have a reason to talk to me much of the time, unless they're really trying to become content creators themselves. if they just got like a book or something, and you're like, hey man, I was the biggest heroin dealer in Manhattan. I dated Madonna. That's the guy that's coming on my podcast tomorrow, Peter Shue.
Nice.
Yes, it's like you can't get this. That story will never exist again. Like, yeah, I'm gonna peel off a couple of bands for you because it's proprietary, and he hasn't done anybody else's show.
You know what, though? The only guys because I never had a choice. I started this in my parents' house with nothing. I still don't have anything. So, outside of covering people's travel, fees have never been an option in either direction. I don't take money from people to come on it ever either. But the only people who have ever asked, and obviously they never came on, were people who were like ex-criminals.
Right.
Those are the only people that have asked for like a fee or something.
Because that's that's what they're used to.
Yeah.
They're in the street and everything has a price. You never do anything for free. And that's just, it's what it is. It's kind of what makes my show different. Or else I'd have to have everybody on that is already on every podcast.
Right.
So, but that's exhausting, and if you know anything about the criminal world, if you ever been in jail, you ever hung around people that are used to running in the streets, they get very comfortable. There's no boundaries, So I'm dealing with people before the podcast, on it, and after.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, but it's the journey, and it changed my life. So I got to be happy with it.
Yeah. You also really you knocked it out of the park when you had your moment there to kind of to put yourself on this. Yeah, I remember your videos were just going everywhere,
going crazy
across the mid forms, the short forms, the episode. It was insane.
You put in enough work, God does throw you a bone. If you're just laser focused for like almost a decade, like I was, like with nothing, and then you finally hit one.
Were you doing, maybe we actually should, for people out there who aren't familiar with your story, it's pretty crazy, so maybe we should go through that first. But were you doing stand-up comedy for that decade after prison? And that was 8 years. Where you were just grinding?
8.5 years.
There wasn't the thought to do online content surrounding crime, which obviously you had gotten familiar with through your own life and everything. No,
I didn't because I just wanted to be funny, and I didn't want to detract from anything that wasn't comedy related. I didn't want other comedians to see me as like this crime guy, right? And Joe Rogan kind of changed all that. He was one of the first people that came around that was like, no, I'm more than a comedian. Like, I do stand up, that's like the foundation, but I also hunt elk and I do martial arts, right? And so he kind of made it okay to step out of just the one myopic lane that is be funny all the time. And also out of necessity, I didn't have and I was old when I got started. So I was like, and I tried comedy podcasting, and that's the hardest podcasting to break into is comedy podcasting.
Yes.
So I was like, what's something that I know and am good at that can talk about and nobody else is doing it? And that's really where I was forced to just come out with the story. Because it was also embarrassing too, I didn't want to be known as this guy, this prison guy. Because
that's how I hadn't really talked about that?
I jokes about it on stage, but never candidly. And so it was hard. It was kind of it was closure too. It was a reckoning with my past that I tried to, kind of run from. So I think it was cathartic in many ways.
You were young too when you did it. You were really young when you did all this stuff. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Portland, Oregon. I have to specify. Some people hate it. A lot of people hate it. It's a nice ass place, dude. There's 2 blocks of homeless people. Shut up.
Right.
People do fentanyl in your city too, motherfucker.
That's right.
You really think Louisville, Kentucky is nicer than Portland, Oregon? Shut the fuck up. I'm going to give you my address to where I grew up right now. I want you people to pull it up, and you can go visit my parents, okay?
Let's get a Zillow.
1, 2, 3, 4, go yourself. But it was just a nice place. Even the hoods in Portland were civilized.
Yeah. You get a few coffee shops, a couple BLM protests. Never hurt nobody.
Yeah, there were drive-by shootings and shit too. Right. There's murders and stuff.
We have that here too.
Yeah, no shit. In Jersey?
Oh yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah. You'd never believe it, bro.
Newark?
Yeah, I'll take you out to Newark.
I've been to Patterson, dude. I made a lot of money in Jersey.
You grew up right next to Patterson.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bricks, man. Bricks.
Yeah, he had the
Brick City.
pass growing up, actually.
Really?
No.
Let's hear you say it. That pass?
No. I think he had the Allahu Akbar pass, though, right?
Yes, a lot of those. lot of sandals where you come from. A lot of sandals and mayo robes.
Thank you guys for checking out this clip. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It is a huge, huge help. And if you'd like to check out this clip's full podcast episode, that link is in the description below or right here. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and X by using the links in my description below.